What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video, continuing the Toronto Maple Leafs 2021-2022 player previews. And today we're talking about goaltender Petr Mrázek, one of the new Leafs acquired in the offseason via free agency. But before we get any further, I'm going to be at the September 25th preseason game. If you guys are going to be there, let me know. We'll talk some hockey. Don't be afraid to say what's up and talk about the Leafs. But yeah, against the Habs, I believe it's their first preseason game. I'm going to be there. But if you're new to this channel, make sure to like this video and subscribe. I know there's a ton of people who watch these that aren't subscribed. It would help me a lot if you did. We're on our way to 11,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much. I genuinely appreciate it. All the new subscribers and the ones that have been here since day one, thank you so much. But let's get into this video. Like I said, Mrázek is one of the newer Leafs. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. When this contract came down the wire, when I found out about this, I wasn't overly excited. I like Mrazek, don't get me wrong. I think he's a pretty good goaltender, but let me tell you something. I was shocked at the dollar amount because Jack Campbell is the starter still in my eyes. I know this is going to probably be a bit of split time. And again, I've been so wrong about the Leafs just making Campbell their starter because I thought that was going to be ridiculous. But before this past season, I was like, no, that's not going to happen. But it did. Because, again, I'm jumping too far. But Campbell is definitely going to look for more money than 3.8 if that's what they sign Mrázek to, if he has another really good season. But again, that's looking too far. Let's talk about Mrázek because I do like him, and we'll get into his numbers, but I was a little surprised. I think that there's some goaltenders out there that via trade or via free agency, I think got really good contracts that were better, but maybe their interest wasn't the same with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Excuse me. But Mrázek is 6'1", 190 pounds. 29 years old. I actually thought he was a little older than that, but being 29 years old, pretty good. He's not going to slow down in the next few years. I don't think so. He's still in a pretty good age there. He's quick. He looks tiny in the net, but he's really not that tiny. He plays a different style than I think Campbell does. I think Campbell's a little bit more sound. Even though sometimes Campbell isn't very sound and calm in his net, I think Mrazek's a little bit more sporadic. But again, that's, you can make your own judgment there. But I do like the way Mrazek plays because it does work for him. But like I said, that $3.8 million contract surprised me a little bit. So he's got the modified no trade clause for the next 3 seasons at 3.8. Now, this also is a little bit of a safety net. If the Leafs for some reason can't get Jack Campbell to stay on this team, then you do still have Mrázek. Now, regardless of if Campbell sticks around, you basically have your built-in tandem for the next 3 years. If you're able to keep Campbell, you have Campbell and Mrázek. You're probably happy with that, especially if they have a good season this year. The Leafs' blue line and their goaltending wasn't really an issue this past year. Of course, Freddie has his troubles, but even Hutchinson wasn't bad. The Leafs had pretty decent goaltending. Campbell was really good, of course, but the Leafs, if they're able to play a similar defensive game as they did in the previous season, then I mean, they're going to be fine. Mrázek is going to be fine because he's coming from an even better defensive team because Carolina has that insane blue line. But again, this $3.8 million shouldn't be too much of a problem, but I thought the Leafs could have spent this money in other places. But, if this is what it took to lock in a goaltender, then that's what it takes, because we don't really know if there was other goaltenders that the Leafs were interested in that they could have offered a contract to, and maybe they even tried to overpay a little bit, and they just didn't want to come to Toronto. I mean, it's very possible. It happens a lot with I'm sure lots of teams, but especially Toronto because of the market. But if you can see his history here, he's been a goaltender that's kind of been paid just an average salary, and then he started to get his big dollars after having some good years in Detroit, and then of course coming over to Carolina, he's had some really good years as well. I want to show you guys his numbers because this past year he only played in 12 games, but he had really good numbers. His playoff numbers weren't too good, but you have to look at this 2 here. That's a very, very small sample size. I even think 12 is a small sample size, so you can just imagine that these numbers could have been really good or really bad with only 2 starts. Previously, he's played in 40 games in each of the past 2 years, the 18-19 and 19-20 season, and he had pretty damn good numbers. In the playoffs, that 8.94 isn't that big of a deal to me because his goals against average was still pretty good. And then the 5 playoff games, 2.08, 9.29 save percentage. But throughout the season, playing over 40 games, it just shows you that if the Leafs do decide to go with him more than Campbell, or if they really do need to stretch him out, or if Campbell needs a break, or maybe Campbell just doesn't play well. That's a very big possibility. Campbell was really good last year, but I mean, it's possible. The guy just doesn't play well. We're going to knock on wood. But if they're going to split time, it shows you that Mrazek can take over a lot of those games. He can play quite a few games and give the Leafs options. Now, if we're looking at the regular season, the Carolina Hurricanes actually had some really, really good goaltending. Alex Nedeljkovic, I always say his name wrong. Nedeljkovic, I know who he is. Trust me, I definitely know who he is. I watched him play quite a bit, and I was quite surprised with the situation that happened with him this year. Just ridiculous. If you guys are following that, just go look it up. There's no reason why this guy isn't still on the Hurricanes. But Petr Mrázek and James Reimer, former Maple Leaf that we all know and love, but they had a really good 3 goaltenders. Like, this is actually insane. This does not happen every day. This is very, very good goaltending. The save percentages were good. The goals against averages were even better. Just an absolute goaltending problem, but the best problem to have. So what did they do? They got rid of the 2 best ones. I love Reimer, but damn, like they actually didn't they lose all 3 of them? I'm pretty sure Reimer's gone too. Yeah, so all 3 of them are gone now. Which, I mean, now they have Freddie Anderson as well. Yeah, he's on this guy is Nedeljkovic is on, again, I'm saying his name wrong, but he's on the Red Wings now. But they've literally lost all 3. I forgot that Reimer went back to the Sharks. But Mrazek is a pretty good goaltender. Now, in the playoffs, we're gonna go over the playoffs here. Of course, I showed you his numbers, but he kind of lost the crease. But that's just because, I mean, this guy's a stud. 25 years old. He looked really, really good in the regular season too. I'm kind of confused with this one, why they ended up getting rid of basically all their goaltending and starting from scratch, bringing back Freddie Anderson, who, you know, obviously never even ended up playing. I don't think he even played 1 game for Carolina. He was originally drafted by them, then got drafted by Anaheim again. So somebody tell me what's going on in Carolina, because they got rid of Dougie Hamilton as well and then spent all that money elsewhere, which, again, I'm really confused in this situation. But I think Mrazek can take a lot of games, and I think having that paired with Campbell possibly having injury troubles, which we've seen before, and maybe not wanting to overplay him, it's a good situation. You have a 1A, 1B. Mrazek has been a tandem goaltender before, so I'm happy with having him on this team. He knows what he's going to do. He knows his assignment, which is something I really enjoy. And yeah, I'm just hoping for a good, healthy season from him. I do like Mrazek. I've heard only good things about him. I've watched him for years. And I welcome him here. I think he's going to be awesome for us. Really good tandem goaltender. Him and Campbell will probably work real good together. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you are new here, make sure to like this video and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Join the squad. Again, September 25th, I will be at that preseason game. So let me know if you're going to be there as well. Yeah, love and appreciate you guys as always. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next video or stream. Peace.